Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Saturday the 27th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning, decent time frame, got up, got the dogs out, got them all taken care of, get ready back in, got them fed, kind of keep them separated and whatnot, whatever, all the good fun that comes with it. Basically just kind of hang out in the morning. I was up way early, so I was outside, did jump in the hot tub for a little bit. Wife finally got up, got around. She slept in decently. She's getting weird restless leg syndrome at night, and she's not able to go to sleep. So she's up super late and not getting sleep, which partly I think is because her legs hurt and she's not doing as much, so she's not wearing herself out as much. So if you're not wore out as much, then you have more energy when it comes time for bed, kind of situation. So who the hell knows? But she got up and around. Her and my mother decided to head to the store to go do the grocery shopping, and I'd suggested, hey, if you guys want, might be a good time to run up to like Costco and BJ's. We have membership to both. And they go, well, we might go tomorrow. And I'm like, well, it kind of makes less sense to go tomorrow if you're going to go grocery shop today, because you don't really know what BJ's and Costco has you might want, and it'd make more sense to go there first, where it'd be cheaper to buy your stuff and then do your rest of your grocery shopping. And to fill in those blanks, you might find stuff up there that you don't usually see that you might want, but that isn't what they wanted to do. So I said, whatever, knock yourself out. So I kicked the idea around about going up to Costco on my own today, but didn't really get to it. So they were out there. They were making plans, trying to figure out what time they're going. I had decided to plant my 4 trees today, and I'd kind of waited till this morning when the sun was shining at the angle I was at, which is different than true summer angle, but it's close. So I picked my spots where I wanted my trees to be and started digging some holes and planting some trees, and it went pretty well. Sand down here is pretty easy to dig through. I hit some roots and stuff every once in a while. It's not a big deal. And one of the spots I hit, there was like a low spot in the yard. One of the reasons I decided to put the tree there, I thought, well, I'll backfill it up with dirt as I go and whatnot, and it'll be a little spot there, which I'm assuming was another tree I took out or something. I don't know, who knows, years ago. But it was full of like river rocks, like big ass, like, I don't know, like croquet ball size river rocks. And I'm like, why? That's like your best filler you had? Like, that's not gonna, I don't know. It is what it is. So apparently I must have had a bunch of free rock. They were getting rid of something else that they dumped all in the hole to help fill the hole in, but it's all good. So I was digging through all that, which always makes it so much more fun, because I've been dumping the extra dirt from the hole over to fill up the land near where I put my new patio and all that good fun stuff. So didn't want to dump a lot of rock in there, so I'm kind of sorting through a lot of rock, which took a lot longer than it should have, but it is what it is. I bought 5 bags of potting soil mix, garden mix, flower, vegetable mix, whatever the hell it was, and I dumped in 1 per bag, 1 bag per tree, I guess, in the hole, and backfill it off with the rest of the top dirt as I put it in, and got them in there and stuff. And I had the 4th tree I was going to start digging, and there's an old pipe out in the yard that I think had like a marlin house or something on it. I'm not sure what it had on there, but it might have been just a bird feeder. I don't know what they had, but it's just a single board now with a bunch of screws sticking out of it, because the rest of it has rotted away. So it's one big platform out there. I'd say probably 2 feet by 18 inches, something like that, and a bunch of like screw heads sticking out, and it's just easy to get yourself hurt on, get cut in if you're running by it or something. And I thought, well, no big deal. I tried taking it out a couple of times. I kind of wiggled around, kind of do like an old steel post, wiggle it back and forth, and usually pull it out of the ground, and it would come out of the ground, and it would turn though. So I thought, well, maybe it's screwed into something. Like there's a base, the bottom is screwed in. If the base is far enough down, I'll just leave the base underground. Who cares? And started trying to screw it. I hadn't screwed it for a long time, and it didn't feel like it got any higher. Didn't do any difference. I was like, well, that's not it. So I was like, well, I'm gonna dig that thing out of there. So I started digging it out. And I thought, worst case scenario, I'll dig the hole out, get that post out of there, and then I'll plant a tree there, because clearly that spot hasn't bothered me. It's been there. It's been there for a year and a half. I've owned the house now, so I'll plant a tree there. It's not exactly where I wanted to put it, but it'll be fine. So started digging around it, and went and got a post hole digger, because I got down too far. The hole's gonna get too big to get to the bottom. Now it's a couple feet down. I got the post hole digger going, and they're at the store. I'm out here just digging, and I've been gone for a while, and I've been out here. I was out digging holes in the yard, putting trees in way before I left, and I was like, this is ridiculous. This should not take this long. And I was getting annoyed. I'm down like 3 feet at this point. I'm like, this should not be this damn deep. Tried spinning it. It's not screwing, whatever it is. but it'll move up and down about 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/4. But it'll freely spin now. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And I'm looking at it going, do I just cut it off, go get my Sawzall and just chop the damn thing off and just leave the post underground? But part of me wants to see how far down this thing goes. So I keep digging. I end up about 6 feet deep. The post hole diggers are literally almost, it's way deep. It's so deep. And I'm digging. I've got a couple of barrels full of dirt now at this point. Like, it's way down there. And it's also now it's a deep enough hole that I'm scared a dog would fall in it. And if they nose down in there, I'm going to have to pull them out by their tail and somebody get injured. So I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. So I kept digging and stuff and took a little break, kept digging. My wife came home, she asked me how it was going. I said, plant those 3 trees without a problem. So I dig this post out of the yard and I can't get the damn thing out of here. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So I kept digging. We were chatting a little bit. We were talking about what they found in the store and whatnot, whatever. And then started wheeling it back and forth and it spins still. I was like, oh shit. So I just started popping up and down on it, like just pulling it back up, and then push down, pull up, push down, pull up, push down. And it started coming like, oh shit, it's coming. And I looked at it, I said, why didn't you come out here a couple hours ago? Like, what the hell, man? Like, this would have saved you much time. If you're the magic charm that got this thing out of here. She goes, well, you're lucky I came out now, you would have still been digging. And I laughed. So got that out of there, and there's a weird plate about 5 inches. The pipe is about 2 inches. Aluminum pipe, about 2 inch outside diameter, maybe 2 1/4. But the plate on the bottom is about 4 inches, maybe 5 inches. And then the top of it has a big rectangle plate that the wood was bolted to. And that's exactly what I was catching on. There's a lot of spin freely down there. But man, it was a pain in the butt. I was not happy with it. So no idea what this thing was ever made for. Don't know if it was designed to be a birdhouse, stand. I don't know if they thought they wanted to make it into a bird feeder and they lowered it down so that it'd be easier to fill the feeder. I have no idea, but it was annoying. So went ahead and then I spent a bunch of time backfilling the dirt. Got it all mostly backfilled, not all the way, but pretty damn close. Got it backfilled and then plopped the tree in there, dumped in my bag of soil, and then dumped the rest of that dirt along the where the patio is. I'm trying to fill that spot. There's a bit of a low spot in the yard there I'm trying to fill in. So been filling dirt. Every time I dig a hole or do something on a tree or plant anything, I use that dirt to fill that spot. And then I wait for it to kind of grow back in a little bit and I continue on that way. So did that, played with the dogs out there with them for quite a while, and just I was pretty whipped from that. I don't think digging the 4 holes was bad, but digging down that far for that one was a lot. It was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. So, but I'm glad it's out of there. Now it's laying in my yard. I got to figure out if I'm going to, put it out in the street for trash. Some scrapper will pick it up, or if I'm going to keep it and like stick it up on the side of the fence. And who knows, I might want to make something out of it someday. I have no idea what to make out of it, but it literally was as much underground as it was above ground. And why I'm in the right mind, I wouldn't just cut that damn thing off a couple feet and stuck it down the hole. I have no clue, but also, I'm a lot easier to dig the hole straight by itself without trying to dig around a pipe that's sticking on the ground. It's always more of a pain in the butt. So, made it more difficult than it really needed to be. But it is what it is. So, I got it out, chilled out a little bit, kind of rested up for a while. Went and got my run in, got back, got the dogs all fed again. Ended up having ourselves a nice little dinner. And we ended up doing biscuits and gravy. And I think there was ham in there and some potatoes and stuff. So, it's kind of like a weird, almost like a Western omelet but without the eggs, and biscuit and gravy on top. So it worked out. Had that for dinner. So I had kind of breakfast for dinner. So we ended up eating early because it was, 1, I was hungry. I've been working all damn day digging holes, and 2, just that was the time frame it worked out. So went ahead and got that eaten, and Mom ended up eating dinner with us, which is first time she's done that since our big fight way back when. So that was something. Watched another episode of The 100, I think is what it's called. It's like season 2. It's a Japanese game show where they bring in 100 people and they have them compete at different challenges. So far we saw treadmill running, and we saw the second challenge was head-to-head, where they threw a big medicine ball out in the middle of an arena, and whoever had a hold of the medicine ball at the end of the 3 minutes wins that round and advances. The other ones are eliminated. So it's kind of interesting. Just a kind of strange show. So it's dubbed over, so it's kind of a little bit off when if you have to try and you're looking at their lips and hearing them talk. It's not the same person, so it's a little bit kind of mess with your brain a little bit, but overall wasn't too bad. So I did that, and then after dinner I was doing some laundry and stuff, moving stuff around, my wife's laundry and whatnot. So I ended up moving stuff up. I'm like, I assume it's supposed to be on delicate. She's like, no, it can be on regular. I'm like, shit. So I got and changed it, which I much rather have it on regular, or have regular clothes on delicate than delicate clothes on regular and mess some stuff up. So back out and changed it, headed back out with the dogs, reached out to a gentleman that has a little Mini Cooper convertible that I thought about just going and buy him because it's like super cheap. It's like $6,000. It's in, from the photos and stuff, looks like it's in great shape. Guy claims it's in phenomenal shape, yada yada. But it's a 6-speed, and my wife doesn't want a 6-speed. But she can't make her mind up what she does want either. So this car fits every other bill for being cute, being blue, and now being cheap at this point, that she just doesn't want to drive the 6-speed. But she drives 5-speed every day anyway, so not that big a damn difference. So my thought was, for $6,000, it's a great tester car to see if she'll use the convertible, because she's not going to use the convertible. There's no reason to drop like $100,000 on a new Mercedes convertible for her. So I was like, cool, no big deal. Reach out to the guy and I'm like, hey, any chance of coming and seeing that tomorrow? He had it listed right there in New Smyrna. And I'm like, I can stop in there. He said, you know what time? I said, like, how's 9 a.m. work? 9 a.m. will give me plenty of time to go by and look at it, maybe hit up Home Depot, and then I could hit up Costco at 10 when they open, and at the Daytona, and I'd be like, no big deal. So he said, yeah, I can make that work. That'll be fine. I said, I will reach out to you before I head over 100% to make sure that with my ETA kind of thing. And he sent me an address, and the address was out west of DeLand, which is like 40 minutes away instead of being 7 minutes away. And I'm like, what? He goes, oh yeah, it's at my warehouse and da 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 da. And then I start looking, and I realize I think this guy's more of a dealer than he is, because he presented it as if it was his personal car that he's been driving and yada yada. And I don't know. I just don't portray something one way, that would be the other. But the big kick in the teeth is, at that 40-minute drive one way, it's not going to work for me, because I got dogs coming tomorrow. I got dogs here. I got other stuff going on that I don't want to be gone that long. That was literally going to be however long it took me to look at the car, maybe 2 minutes out of my way, depending on what his address was, on the way up to Costco. Well, by the time we're on to land and back, that's another hour, maybe more, out of my way. And I'm like, no, I'm out, dog. Like, why is it listed in New Smyrna? And it shows like the address right there. Like, so he goes, oh, it's where I live, but the car's over here and stuff. I'm like, well, why not just put that in the ad? Hey, I'm in New Smyrna, but my car's actually in DeLand, whatever type shit. I'm like, this is dumb. So I was like, oh, whatever, dude, I'm out. Like, I was already, the 6-speed was already kind of on that iffy side of me. And I'm like, God, I love the fact it's only $6,000. It's so cheap. I'm like, that would be so handy and so comfortable to be able to just do that and test it as a test run. But I just hated the fact that he was basically lying about his location, and then it is what it is. So I was scrolling through some little reels and stuff on the internet, and some guy posted up, I guess he gave away a motorcycle, a dirt bike a while back, and some kind of chair, I don't know, some kind of thing he gave away. Buy a t-shirt for him. I don't fucking know what it was, but it was a pretty clean looking bike that he had a bunch of videos on and stuff. And he said he saw it on Facebook Marketplace, not that far from me, about an hour from me. And they were only asking $3,000 for it. He goes, man, that bike's worth way more than $3,000. Somebody should go buy that. And if you do, we'll go out and ride together and stuff. And I think he was part of, like, I don't know, he was part of some, I don't know if he was a pro motocrosser at some point in his life, or did like the Dusty Demons of Dirt or something, or what, but he kind of had a bit of a motorcycle following. I'm like, well, that'd be kind of cool, just to, nothing else, figure out where he's riding out for woods and stuff, and a kind of semi-local person to figure out where I could ride later, you know, on my own, whatever. I don't think, from what a couple of videos I saw, he's not a dude I want to hang around with very much, but I wouldn't mind knowing where he's out wheeling at to get locational scouting, if nothing else. So I found the person, punched in the address and stuff, the town where the bike was listed, a little screenshot of it on Facebook Marketplace, reached out to them and said, hey, when can I come see it? Yada, yada, whatever. I'd like to come see it tomorrow, kind of thing, and whatnot. And never heard back from her at all. So yeah, it is what it is there. So who the hell knows? But I don't know why people put shit on Facebook Marketplace and then never respond to anything. It makes no sense to me. So, and then the ones I love is you'll reach out to people and they won't reach back out to you, but then lower the price on things. I've done that multiple times in the past. There was one thing I was trying to buy. I was literally pricing it up in half, and the guy wouldn't even respond to my answer of like, just like, hey, when can I come pick this thing up? You know, I want to buy this item, and all you gotta do is tell me when I can pick it up, and they would never even respond. The best I got was, yes, it's still available. I'm like, that's not even close to what I asked, is it? You know, so who the hell knows? But yeah, it is what it is there. So gave up on that and said hell with it. And so I guess I'm not going to look for a car tomorrow, but my wife says she wants to go to Costco with me in the morning. So okay, if we're going, I got to be there at 10. So it sounds like a good plan. So from there, headed back inside, ended up basically having myself a little snack watched a little bit of Netflix, and wrapped it up and called it a day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.